Welcome back to the Redshirt Culture Podcast. We are officially 1 week out from the MLB season, so we are going to do an MLB wins pool draft. I think that's what we're going to call it, an MLB wins pool draft. But first, we're going to talk a bit about this ridiculous Mets ownership group that's trying to buy the Mets. And we'll also do a little review of what's been going on inside the NBA bubble. Welcome back to episode 10. We are officially in double digits, and I don't know about you, but it seems like we are officially podcasters. You know, we were saying that once we got past episode 7, that's kind of when we were legit. But once we get to double digits, that's a pretty big deal.
I agree. There's no going back now. Our production quality is pretty high. Like, I've been getting comments on my camera, just kind of the clarity of my camera. And just like to point out, well, first off, I'd like to thank myself for making the picture as good as possible. But I'd like to thank you, Stefan, for filming with a potato and making mine look like it's a shot with 4K. But
mine looks pretty nice today. I added a little background light.
Yeah, today it's a lot better, actually.
I know. I think Henry Sports was the one that complimented you. So I don't know. Maybe he'll compliment me today as well. But anyways, how's your last week been? You get up to anything fun, or just same old?
Kind of the same old. I've been getting just like obliterated by allergies. The other day, okay, well it's either allergies or it's COVID. It's one of those. So I woke up the other day, and I've just been like so stuffed. Eyes were glued shut. I was struggling on my run. I could really feel it. Got some allergy medication. You saw me shooting it up a little bit earlier there. And so that's been making it a bit better. But aside from that, as you know, I have my other business that I've started. That's like the kind of the roller coaster of emotions. So I like to say that we're pre-revenue. Same with this podcast, which is just a nice way of saying that we're hoping a paycheck comes in soon. But yeah, that's kind of it for me. Nothing too new.
I had a pretty big week. Like, I'm gonna be a father of 3.
Yeah.
So.
Did you go fishing?
No, I didn't. So
if you know, you know.
This past week, my dad texted me, and he's like, "Come out in the back." No, he said, "Come out back and out in the back." And so I go out, and as we all know at this point, I've been learning how to pitch left-handed, so I have a net set up back there. And he lifts the corner of the net, and there are 3 bird eggs underneath the netting. So I guess
on the ground?
Yeah, just in a hole. So I've been taking care of them. I see. I'm kind of concerned that the bird is going to attack me when I'm out there, because obviously I throw into the net, so I feel like this bird probably thinks I'm a bit of a predator right now. But it's exciting. I can't wait to see them hatch. I'm just trying to not become Randy Johnson, who I don't know if you, since you're not a huge baseball guy, you might not know.
I know who that is. Yeah, I've seen that.
You've seen him kill the bird?
Yep.
Okay, good for you. So I'm just trying to not become Randy Johnson, and I'm a little concerned with it because obviously Randy Johnson was a left-handed pitcher, and I'm trying to learn how to throw left-handed. So I don't want to kill these I don't want to destroy these eggs before they hatch, because then I'd feel like I'm a Randy Johnson. And I think the one thing going for me in that scenario is that I'm not 6'11", so I think that's where the storyline breaks up. But other than that, I've made some progress throwing left-handed. It's been good. But let's get into this Mets ownership group. The Mets, no matter what, it's always a mess. And this ownership debacle is exactly the same as that. So Steve Cohen is trying to buy the Mets. He has a net worth of $14 billion. And all the Mets fans want him because they just want him to open up his paybook, pay all these free agents. But A-Rod and J-Lo, they want in too. And obviously their combined wealth isn't nearly as large as Steve Cohen's. So A-Rod's just going through his phone, just reaching out to every single person on his contact list, like DeMarco Murray, Travis Kelce, Bradley Beal, and most importantly, what does Mets minority owner Mason Plumlee sound to you?
That sounds fantastic. I was so excited about this show when I heard that Mason Plumlee was involved. That guy single-handedly saved my fantasy season. But
yeah, he's probably in the bubble right now, just wheeling and dealing right now. He's probably trying to get more players to come on, like Goran Dragic. Come on.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think is the price tag that it would take? Like, we know NBA, what things have gone for lately. Do you think it's around $2 billion?
Yeah, Steve Cohen's bid is $2 billion right now, but he's also trying to buy.
Who was the last team to sell?
I think the Royals were the last team to sell. I'll do a little research.
What else is Steve Cohen trying to buy?
The TV network.
Oh, okay.
Like SNY. Yeah.
Hedge fund guy.
Yeah. So, and apparently he's insider trading.
Allegations.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So
I think any of those hedge fund guys who are that powerful, like, pretty sure his fund is called 0.72 assets, and like SAC Capital Advisors, and they they're massive, and I think you just get so much attention at that point.
Yeah, the Royals sold for $1 billion.
Oh, okay.
But they're like significantly smaller market.
Yeah, smaller market. So how much do you think, like, in that A-Rod bid, if you're A-Rod, for example, how, like, we should be able to figure this out, but we haven't. How much cash do you think A-Rod needs to actually put in himself for that 1.7 million bid? Don't think it ends up being that much.
I think
because him and J-Lo would probably lead it, right? They would be majority owners.
They have Mike Rapoli too, who's a billionaire, I think.
Okay.
He owns Body Armor. I think I read something that they put A-Rod put like 300 million, or A-Rod and J-Lo put 300 million of their own money towards it. But what they're doing, they're like associated with JP Morgan as well or something. I don't fully understand it. All I know is that all the Mets fans just want Steve Cohen really badly. I can just imagine this if say A-Rod's group wins it. That introductory press conference would be hilarious. Like DeMarco Murray's just what, like, oh my goodness. I don't know exactly what I want. I think I want A-Rod just to win it because he's knowledgeable about baseball, but it would still be a bit of a debacle, which is always fun to see on Mets Twitter.
I think it'd be interesting. We've yet to really have a Major League Sports team outside of maybe Michael Jordan, who's kind of owned collectively by celebrities and influencers. Like, everyone makes a big deal about Jay-Z having part of the Nets, but he really owns like about this much.
But So I was thinking, like, who else can A-Rod get? And, it kind of seems like he's already exhausted all of his options. I mean, you had to go out and get Mason Plumlee. What are we doing here? So I was thinking, Jose Canseco once challenged A-Rod to a fight. Now, these guys don't like each other very much. And I was looking, what's Jose Canseco's net worth? And I was shocked to see it's only 500,000.
Yeah.
because he made 45 million in his career, but I guess he had some nasty divorce settlements or something. So I was hoping it would be a bit more than 500,000, but we'll stick to the point. So say A-Rod just needs one more. He just needs $500,000 more. We'll just set up that celebrity fight, and if A-Rod wins, he gets the money, and Jose Canseco's left with nothing. I think that would be awesome. Hopefully it can get resolved so Mets fans can get out of their misery of the Wilpons.
Yeah.
I don't even know I don't think owners want Steve Cohen. Just because
I personally would not want Steve Cohen. He'd be so boring too.
Well, he's too wealthy. He's like by far the most wealthy of the owners, and
really?
Yeah,
okay.
You know how
he'll be like the Steve Ballmer of the MLB.
Kind of, yeah, except he won't be a hype beast.
Yeah.
A lot of, because you know how in baseball there's always people talking about collusion with free agency. Like 2 years ago, it took forever for Bryce Harper and Manny Machado to sign. Steve Cohen's just gonna be like, Mookie Betts signed. Like, Trevor Bauer will pay you $45 million for 1 year. Like, it's gonna be funny to see just all the owners trying to collude to lower the salaries, especially with this pandemic. And Steve Cohen just writing checks, cashing checks like nobody's business.
The other thing is, like, one thing Bill Simmons always says is he's like, a lot of these super rich guys, they just want to have a sports team just to show off to their other, like, super rich friends. I almost am a little bit worried that this could happen with this guy.
But I mean, if he's willing to pay salaries for players, I mean, hopefully that will help prevent collusion in the future. So I'm all for it. Why not? Let's move on to the NBA bubble.
We got a long one today.
So there's a lot of things going on with the NBA bubble. And yesterday a couple of videos came up on my recommended on YouTube. Like, I didn't know Ben Simmons had a YouTube channel. Matisse Thybulle, I knew, had one.
I knew that.
And JaVale McGee had one too. I knew he had like a show or something. I didn't know he was a vlogger now.
He's a content machine.
Yeah, it was kind of cool to see the process of getting into the bubble, the testing process, and everything. But I'll let you start. What's one thing that's kind of funny or anything that stood out to you from the content coming out of this NBA bubble so far?
Okay, well, the funniest thing I heard, I was actually laughing for a few minutes when I read this, jumping ahead a little bit, was that somebody was telling people that they could order delivery to the bubble.
Yeah, that was Kelly Oubre.
Kelly Oubre was the one telling. Okay, so
he was on Twitter saying.
So he told everyone that you could order delivery to the bubble, but they just weren't allowed to step in or give it to the lobby people. You had to meet them at the edge of the hotel and cross over the boundary to get it. So our boy, good old Rashawn Holmes, he gets on there, orders his Postmates, walks down there, he gets it. Sure enough, boom, quarantined. He needs to take a few days off. He's crossed the bubble line, and Kelly Oubre is the master of sabotage. But...
Did you see Rashawn Holmes' mom on Twitter? He's like,
yeah,
you only crossed the line for mama's cooking. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, I jumped ahead a little bit though. Have you watched some of the Ben Simmons stuff or Mattia Tybal?
I watched Matthias Eibel's. I think he has 2 videos about the bubble so far. He's kind of just showing his room a bit. They got some goodies in there, but it's kind of cool. Like the courts as well. They're all just super. It's like in the ballrooms and stuff. It's actually kind of cool. I don't know where the games are going to be played. Like if there's going to be if they're just going to play the games in the ballrooms, that'd be kind of sweet. But I assume there's probably going to be like some
I think it has to be somewhere where the camera can like sit high enough that it can see more of the top of the court. If it's a ballroom, I don't think it'll work.
Yeah, exactly. But like just some of the funny like little clips on Twitter have been fun. Like I don't know if you saw the Ben Simmons fishing one where he was like holding up a fish, and he like threw it back. I think it slipped a bit, but it like didn't land in the water. It hit the ground a couple times and then just like slowly rolled in the water. Fish is probably dead. And everyone's making fun of him because he was holding it with his left hand and it looked so awkward when he was just trying to throw it back. And everyone's like, you're using the wrong hand. And I was actually thinking about this because I'm like almost a left-handed pitcher at this point. It's a lot easier to look normal shooting lefty than it is to throw left-handed. So I want to see Ben Simmons try to throw a baseball with his left hand and see what it looks like.
Well, yeah, you should we'll see if he just like 2 in a row, 1 left hand, 1 right hand, just see which one's more normal.
Yeah, exactly. What else? Yeah, so all these players are fishing. They probably threw a bunch of fish in there. They probably boosted the fish. So everyone.
I'd definitely be fishing rather than golfing. I think that would be just way more interesting and fun.
You think fishing is more fun than golfing?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, I saw Furkan Korkmaz on the golf course. I don't think he's ever picked up a golf club in his life. It was not
Golf's
pretty.
hard. Golf is hard.
All right. And then
so we have some departures from the bubble already. It looks like.
Yeah, Michael Beasley. We spent time on him last episode, and he tested positive.
We were hyping him up.
Yeah, it's tough to see. I mean, he was hooping prior to getting he was just hooping with a bunch of random people. It seemed like. So I mean, I guess that was kind of to be expected. But and then playoff Rondo. I think we spent like 5 minutes on him last episode, looking at his past stats, his 20 assist game with the Pelicans, and he's hurt. He's out for like 6 to 8 weeks, so it's tough to see.
Thumb injury for everyone out there.
Yeah. So
and for Beasley's tested positive for COVID. I actually feel bad for him.
Yeah, I wanted to see what
was kind of his shot to come back too.
Yeah, exactly. And then Dwight got snitched on. You know that there's that snitch hotline.
There's a funny quote from Doc Rivers where he said, he was like, "Oh, I already snitched on LeBron. I'm snitching on Houston next. By the end of this, everyone will be out of here except for the Clippers, and we got the clear win."
And then, I saw Doc Rivers' son, Austin, on Instagram Live, I think. And he's like walking around and he's like, "Man, LeBron doesn't stay with us." And then he showed this massive house. "This is where LeBron stays." I don't know if he was telling the truth, but I mean,
I don't know if it's real.
I haven't seen LeBron's hotel room yet.
Oh, I don't know. LeBron, when he left, he had a tweet. He said, he's like, "I feel like I'm leaving to go do a bid." So if he's staying in that mansion, that's a bad look.
Bad look. And then,
kind of a side point here. Do you think Austin Rivers is the Max Stroll of the NBA?
The who?
Do you know who Max Stroll is?
No.
Okay, we got to bring you up on Formula One racing knowledge. We'll save that for next time.
Who watches Formula One? Lewis
Okay.
Hamilton?
I bet. Okay, that's good. At least you know who he is.
Sebastian Vettel?
Okay. You know
Uh,
Ferrari and Mercedes drivers. You don't know India Air.
Nope. Who's another Formula One driver?
That's pretty good that you know too, though.
All right. James Hinchcliffe is IndyCar, isn't he?
I don't know. I only know Formula One.
All right. Anyways, I think one of the funniest things I've seen, or it's not funny, I guess. I guess they're taking it seriously, but apparently Hassan Whiteside has been tested 20 times already.
Why?
And I have a theory on this. So last year on the Miami Heat, he made $25 million, right? And a lot of Heat fans didn't like him. They thought he's trash. They thought he stole that money. So I'm thinking Pat Riley has probably been on that snitch hotline. Oh, Hassan's been out. Hassan wasn't wearing a mask. And he's just trying to get him to test him 25 times to pay back for that 25 million he stole. But
I agree. I think it's funny. I personally think Hassan's not a bad player.
he was really good.
Much as he was paid, but yeah.
I think the best way to put it is he's a good player on a bad contract.
Yeah. I saw him in Portland. I felt like he was good.
Yeah, I mean, he carried my fantasy team, but fantasy's not real life, so as we know.
Well, yeah, because I was at the game and I didn't notice him once, and then at the end I saw you had like 20 boards.
At what point, every player's kind of seems like they're enjoying themselves, seems like it's a pretty good time. At what point do these guys just get extremely bored and it just becomes Lord of the Flies?
5 days from now.
Yeah. Who's going to be the leader?
Yeah. I actually have one last thing. There are some guys who have just like gone higher in my mind. Ja Morant is one of them. He's just improved my opinion on Ja Morant. He had a quote about how the room's fine, the food's fine. I wasn't born with no silver spoon in my mouth. Everything's fine. I instantly went online to go buy his jersey, but
did you actually
afford it? So yeah, I did. I still can't afford it. It's
that
like
that check hasn't come yet.
Yeah, so if anyone wants to send me a Ja Morant jersey, go ahead.
This is going to be fun. I'm excited for this. So, as I stated in the opening, we are going to do an MLB wins pool draft. So obviously we are 1 week out from the regular season. We're recording this on Thursday, July 16th, and the regular season starts on the 23rd. So we are going to do an MLB wins pool draft. So it's pretty self-explanatory. It's going to be a snake draft. All 30 teams are available, and we're just going to draft teams that we think will have the highest win total. And then at the end of the season, we are going to compile all of the wins from each of our teams, and whoever has the most wins wins the draft. And if anyone has any suggestions on either punishments or rewards for either the winner or loser, please let us know. Would you like first pick? I'll give you first pick if you'd like.
Thank you. This is easy then.
I gotta write this down, otherwise we're gonna mess this up.
So this one, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Like, you guys heard my phenomenal previews I gave a couple episodes ago, and with the likes of Clayton Kershaw as one of their probable pitchers, my first pick. And I predict 40 wins.
Oh, you got predictions too.
Goes to the Dodgers.
Great first pick. That was number one on my big board as well. So congrats. These next two I would say are pretty easy for me to pick, although that there is one team that I actually considered with my third pick. But I don't think we're on the same wavelength, so I'm gonna hold off on him for a lower slot value. So my second pick is going to be the Yankees. Obviously, they need to stay healthy. But even if they don't stay healthy, they have so much depth that they're going to win games regardless, like we saw last year. And they have Garrett Cole. So Yankees are my number 2 pick. My third pick, I don't like this team. I don't want this team to win the division.
Don't say it.
But I'm going to pick them anyways. Houston Astros.
They have bad karma. Your team's cursed.
There's no fans in the stands, though, so it doesn't – no one – they can't hear any of the boos, so it doesn't I'm picking the Astros. Obviously they lost Garrett Cole, but they get Lance McCullers Jr. back. And obviously Lance McCullers Jr. isn't Garrett Cole, but he's still a stud. I think I saw – he's started 80 games in his career so far. He has a 3.67 ERA with a 3.24 FIP. Like, he's legit. And just because we haven't seen him for a year, hopefully he comes back from TJ well. But I think this team is still going to be good. Their lineups is nasty. Their rotation is still good. Houston Astros third pick. What you got with number 4?
Okay. This is where it gets a little bit tougher, 4 and 5. I think we're at a bit of a grouping where there's a bunch more equal people. So for my fourth pick, let me check my notes here. I select from one of my favorite cities, as long as they don't get too impacted by COVID here, Tampa Bay Rays. I think their rotation is pretty good. They have a good fight for the catcher job. They're hitting well. Their injuries are low.
Damn it!
I think they're at an advantage with their location. I just think that this one's a pretty clear pick. I predict like at least 30 wins out of these guys.
I hope they get 30 wins. That's only 500. This is the team I was talking about. I was tempted to take the Rays over the Yankees. All right. What's your fifth pick? Damn it.
Then I think my fifth pick, I'll keep it safe here. Unlike the other team in this city, which has a bunch of wimps and a bunch of posers. I'm looking at you, Timberwolves. I select the Minnesota Twins.
Good. I didn't want them. I don't like Minnesota Twins. I kind of started a war against Minnesota last season. I don't exactly know why. I just don't know how they won over 100 games last season, and I was mad about that. I picked Cleveland to win the division, so I still don't exactly know how Minnesota won over 100 games, but they added Josh Donaldson, so it's a good pick. All right, so 6. Are we at 6 now?
Yep.
Man, this is a tough spot.
It gets harder. Are you gonna go back to the National League?
No. Maybe I will. I think for my 6th pick, I'm going to take Oakland.
You only picked them for one reason.
No, I didn't. I really like Oakland. You know, look at their rotation. Mike, if you look at Fangraphs, Mike Fiers is their number one guy right now, but he could easily become their fifth starter, which is a really good sign. You know, Frankie Montas is back. You know, yeah, I understand why people may be a little hesitant because Luzardo and Puck haven't proven themselves. They're just prospects at this point. But I'm all in on these guys already. Like, these guys are going to be disgusting. I like Sean Manaea a lot. He can pitch. He's a really good pitcher. And their lineup is nasty. So Oakland with my sixth pick. I think they can contend with the Astros. So you know, which, I mean, it's a little scary to have on the same team, but whatever. For my seventh pick, this is the first tough one. This is tough. I'm going with the Nationals. I don't love it. I'm just concerned about the NL East at this point, because there's 4 really good teams. So I'm not sure this was the right move, but you know, I love the rotation. Obviously, they lost Anthony Rendon, but their rotation is built for this 60-game season. So Nationals with my 7th pick.
Oh, okay. That's who I was going to take. So I want to take someone from the NL East, though. Okay, for my 8th pick, we spoke about them a bit earlier. I think that they're gonna be fueled by a new owner, cutting huge checks for them, bringing in some nice new talent, if not now, but bringing in nice facilities, couple sports drinks, some meal replacements, some specialty PEDs. I select the New York Mets.
I mean, the new ownership group's not going to affect this year at all.
I think it will. It always will.
What are you talking? You bring in new talent at the trade deadline?
No. I'm not talking about players. I mean the whole organization as an environment. I'm talking like IST staff, coaches, analytics, massage. That's part of IST.
So they're just going to revamp their entire organization.
Yeah.
Within the 60-game season.
I completely think so.
Okay. I mean, I like the Mets. I like DeGrom and Stroman. You know, they have a really deep lineup. The DH really helps them. I'm not sure I would have taken them this high, but go on.
You know, we'll see what happens at the end of the 60 games. Okay, for my 9th pick here. Really is too bad you took the Nationals. Okay. This is going to shock you. This is going to blow your socks off. No pun intended. With my 9th pick, I'm selecting the leaders, my predicted leaders out of the NL Central, St. Louis Cardinals.
I would not have picked them.
That's why we're different. That's why I'm going to win.
Last year, I described the Cardinals as a good bad team. I don't know what we're going to get out of the Cardinals. Obviously, Jack Flaherty's a stud. We've proven that. Their lineup is lacking a bit.
It's 60 games. I think that's why they could do really well. Is because they don't need to make it the full team, or I mean the full way. You can be a bad team and pretend your way through 60 games. So,
and you're just banking on that. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, you've kind of given me a layup here. So, what pick are we on at this point?
11.
10. I feel like we've already messed this up, but whatever.
10? Okay. Name the picks so far.
Okay.
I don't think we're at 10.
Dodgers, Yankees, Astros, Tampa, Twins, Athletics, Nationals, Mets, Cardinals.
So now we're on pick 11.
No.
How many do you have written down there?
1,
9?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
All right, we're on 10.
Clown. All right. So with my 10th pick, I'm going to the NL Central just because this team is going to beat your team. It's a little head-to-head matchup here. I'm going with the Cincinnati Reds. You know, this rotation is disgusting. Top 5 rotation in all of baseball. You know, Sonny Gray has figured it out again. Luis Castillo might be the nastiest changeup in all of baseball. Trevor Bauer's been in the lab for the last 3 months. Even Wade Miley. Wade Miley works fast. They're going to get out of the Cincinnati Heat in 2 hours. You know, I love this team. And obviously, they had Nick Castellanos. They had Mike Moustakas. I feel like at this point, you know, like early on in the winter, everyone was like, oh, the Reds are a dark horse. At this point, I think a lot of people expect the Reds to win the division. So, I mean, I think I got great value with my 10th pick, especially with you taking the Cardinals. And for my 11th pick, this is a team that I was fighting with myself when I took the Nationals, but now I have both of them, so I have a security blanket. I'm going to take the Braves with my 11th pick. So I think...
Didn't want them. You can have them. I did not want them.
You didn't want them?
No.
I mean, you're a fool.
They're choke city.
Yeah, they're... No. So... I mean, they signed Yasiel Puig. This team is going to be so exciting to watch. I mean, for the very fact that I have them on my team, I'm going to pay more attention to them now. You know, Acuna and Albies always are having fun with each other. You bring Puig into that mix. Oh, my goodness. Wow. But Mike Soroka is a Canadian. So I stick up for my fellow countrymen. All right, what's your 12th pick?
Okay. Just because you disrespect me so much by going head to head in the Central, though, I'm gonna go back there, take it right back to you. Gonna see if you can beat me when I double down here. And Chicago Cubs.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick.
Aging pitching staff. John
60
Lester.
Games. That's it. 60 games.
John Lester is getting up there in age. Who knows
Only
what Yu
got-
Darvish we're gonna get? Actually, to be honest, I'm all in on Yu Darvish. He added a pitch called the Supreme. I mean, that's pretty awesome. You know, I am tussling with the Cubs. You know, they got a new manager. I think the Cubs are going to be good this year. I don't mind that pick one bit.
I'm going to follow that up with team that so far, they got the full roster. They're ready to go. They've only had one guy on the injury reserve, and it's because of coronavirus. So he'll be back. You know, my guy DeShields, he'll make a good comeback. I don't know if you know who I'm going to pick here, but
I mean, you said his name, so of course I know who you're going to pick.
They're potentially going through a name change as well, so they'll be extra powerful. Cleveland Indians.
I think this team could win the the AL Central. I like them a lot. I mean, part of that's probably fueled by my Minnesota Twins hate, but I like Cleveland a lot. They got a great pitching staff. Good pick for you. I'm proud of you there. Good pick. All right, what pick are we on now?
Why are you numbering these?
14 and 15. I just have our initials beside them. Okay. Everyone in my top 12 has been picked on my draft board. And the Mets were number 14 on my draft board.
Too bad they're gone.
And you took them 8th. I think the Mets could be up there. I'm not mad. This isn't an exact science. The draft isn't an exact science. We're all trying to sort through these things. I'm just trying to.
I can't wait until we replay that clip of you just there when I destroyed you in the win total at the end of the season.
All right. So I'm gonna do a bit of a switcheroo. I think 2 episodes ago we did our NL and AL West preview. We didn't continue that series. We have no idea what we're doing. But I think I said the Padres are going to come second. No. My 14th pick, the Arizona Diamondbacks. This team has a sneaky rotation. I think MLB came out with their top 10 rotations, and Arizona wasn't on it. And it's ranking things are tough. But I think Arizona has a good case to be on there. It's sneaky though. Obviously they signed Mad Bum, who's a good stable option. But Giraffe Neck Mark's been on this for a while. I like Zach Gallen a lot. I think he's going to be a stud in the future. And obviously, Ketel Marte had a great season last year. We'll see if he can back it up. They had Starling Marte, they had Cole Calhoun. I think the D-backs can contend for a wild card spot just like they did last year. So, 14th pick, Arizona Diamondbacks. Oh my. Where do we go from here? My 15th pick, I'm going to go with the White Sox. I'm all aboard this Luis Robert high. I think it's
who did you say?
Luis Robert.
No, did you say the White Sox?
It's tough for you. I'm all aboard on this Luis Robert hype train. I think that's how you say his name, Robert, not Robert. I think it's Robert. They hit he had a home run when he was falling down the other day in an inter-squad game. So, and I like they got Dallas Keuchel, who's a stable option, and who's going to be really good for the young arms like Dylan Cease and Ronaldo Lopez. He's going to be really valuable just in terms of their growth even. And of course they got Gio Gonzalez, who kind of turned it around a bit last year, who's another stable arm. So this team could contend for a wild card spot. I don't think they will win the division quite yet. In the future, this team is going to be nasty. In 2 years, we're going to see an ALCS between the Jays and the White Sox, and the Jays are going to win, obviously. Jays are going to face the Padres in the World Series, going to sweep them. But we're in 2020 right now. So, yeah, with my 15th pick, the Chicago White Sox.
Okay, after that ramble fest, I'll lead on into my next one. So, as everyone knows, all the great things out there in life come in pairs. And if you take the White Sox, it's only natural for me to take the Red Sox. So with my pick, I select the Boston Red Sox. Now,
terrible pick.
It's
terrible.
Before you laugh, I predict the Red Sox are going to get to 34 wins. I know, Pick your jaw up off the floor.
Yes, this is a terrible pick.
They're about to sign new starter Zach Godley. Okay, he started 57 times for Arizona 2 years ago.
Did you just say he started 57 times in 2 years ago?
Yeah, he started 57 times for Arizona, I think.
No starting pitcher starts 57 times.
Yeah, he started 57 times in 2017.
No.
Yes, he did.
I promise you, he did not start 57 times. I'm sure, Tanner's faked it a bit until this point. I'm going to post this on the main channel, I think. So for those of you who are listening, Zach Godley did not start 57 times. I'm trying to find his baseball reference.
I'm pretty sure he did. You're about to eat it here.
In 2017, he started 25 games.
No.
Starting pitchers in a full season pitch somewhere around 30 games.
Let me look.
This isn't the 1910s when pitchers pitch every single game. Zach Godley is not Old Hoss Rawborn.
Oh, shoot. You know what happened? You know what I think I did?
You probably added him.
Yeah. How many did he start in 2018?
32.
What's 32 plus 25? 57.
I mean, he's not very good either. So
I believe it's a solid pick. After you stole the White Sox from me, following up that amazing pick of the Boston Red Sox.
Actually, before you continue, I had the Red Sox 21 on my big board.
Yeah.
And that's also because I have a slight bias towards my team. But their rotation is terrible. So, continue.
Well, you're going to love my next pick then. Now, I gave these guys a good spiel in my preview that I did 2 episodes ago that Stefan didn't follow up with, even though it was widely popular with my accurate predictions. My pronunciations of players were on point throughout the whole time. I'm a big believer in fake it till you make it, and I think I've already made it here. You know who else is a big fake it till you make it guy? Albert Pujols.
You're sick.
And with my next pick, I select the LA Angels.
I'm not mad at that. I think everything goes right. They could contend for a wild card spot. Now, a lot of things would have to go right. Shohei Ohtani has to pitch to his ability. Julio Teheran hopefully can eat some innings. Dylan Bundy hopefully isn't terrible, but yeah, they have a good lineup, so I'm not mad at that one bit. I had them 17th, so that's kind of right around where you took them. So good for you.
What number are we on?
I don't know. Don't ask me that. 18.
Oh, wow. Okay, we're actually pretty far already.
Oh, no.
Next week we're following this up with NBA snake draft.
Except I don't know how they're going to do that because they only play 8 games.
No. Oh, okay, maybe not snake draft. We'll have to do like matchup predictions.
Yeah.
We'll probably have to wait for the first 8 games to be over.
So yeah, I think I have this team rated kind of low, honestly, but the way I see it is the Milwaukee Brewers, they could win upwards of maybe 34 games, or they could win 25 games. I have no idea how this season is going to play out. Brandon Woodruff, at this point is somewhat of a proven commodity. Like I wouldn't say he's an ace quite yet, but he's proven that he's a pretty darn good pitcher. I saw a report maybe yesterday or something that Corbin Burns is pitching well again, and he was big for their NLCS run in 2018. So if those two can get right, that would be great. And obviously they have a great bullpen. So, and Craig Counsell is a really good wheeler and dealer. He knows how to use that bullpen. So, like I said, I think this team could win. This team could end up winning the division. I'd look like an absolute genius, look like a draft steal. Or this team could win 25 games and it's still late in the draft, so I'm not sweating at all. So great pick by me. With my next pick,
You make me sick.
I'm high on this team. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. No.
There's a team.
Stop.
This city is gonna get really angry at us.
just.
This city has been known.
I'm about to take these guys.
This city has been known to throw batteries at their football team. I am gonna take. I think this team might finish fourth in the division like they did last year. But I'm gonna take the Phillies.
I thought you were just being stupid. You hadn't seen them.
No, I got lost in my document. This lineup is good. You got a healthy Kutch this season. Rhys Hoskins is solid. Bryce Harper, great player. Adam Hazley's been apparently hitting really well in these inter-squad games. You add Didi Gregorius. I mean, the rotation, not great. You add Zach Wheeler. Aaron Nola's the stud. But other than that, it's not too proven. But, I mean, this lineup can't be ignored, and you could see this team in the wild card. So I think Phillies fans are going to be pretty angry that this team fell and that the Red Sox were taken before the Phillies. I don't think they're going to be too pleased with that.
That was a mistake. But I didn't know that they were still on there.
Might be the worst pick of all time.
But I will also say that let it be known for everyone out there that I'm keeping a tally in my head of all the picks, and Stefan can barely keep track of them, and they're written down in front of him. So let me show me the list for a second. Just hold the list up to the camera. Let me see who's on there. Okay, go up a bit. Okay.
I mean, that's not my problem that you're not prepared.
I thought this would just be an even playing field. You would share the document, but obviously,
no, I'm going old school.
Like the Astros,
using the pen and paper. All right, make your 20th pick.
Okay, with my 20th pick, I really hope they're not picked already because you're going to roast me, but I don't think they are. I think these guys, I mean, it could really go either way. I like their names. They have some funny names on their team. That's how I've been doing a lot of my picks. I made some jokes on their names the last time. They are they're a little hurt by injuries right now. They're in a bit of a they're in a really competitive.
What are you talking about?
They're in a really competitive division here. They got my boy Baumgartner on their team.
I already picked them.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
What pick?
14. You're so bad at this. Comment section, just roast this man.
Now I have to regroup here. Texas Rangers.
Not mad at that. Their rotation is disgusting. Kluber, Minor, Lynn, Kyle Gibson. But you have to play the Astros 10 times. You have to play the Athletics 10 times. You have to play the Angels 10 times. You have to play the Dodgers probably
Angels, Dodgers,
three or
two
four
teams I
times.
already picked.
So I can see the Rangers potentially contending for a
this
wild
next
card if
pick,
they just ride their horses. But it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Good pick though. Good pick.
Easy money. Like Tanner, I need something from you. And you know where that takes me? You know what that really makes me think about? Like when I'm put on the spot to bring forward my baseball knowledge, all my experience pitching, playing third base, playing right field, playing center field. I even played left field a little bit. Takes me back to my roots. Takes me back to when I used to play with my dad. Play a little sandlot type baseball. Did you know there's someone in the Bad News Bears named Tanner? That's where I get my name from. So with this next pick, I take it back to every little kid out there in Canada who loves baseball.
Damn it.
To my favorite player, Ken Giles. I selected the Toronto Blue Jays.
That's tough. I really wanted them. I really did.
That's part of the reason I picked him, just because you couldn't.
This team's going to be good. This year. They're going to finish third in the division. I mean, you kind of made up for your Red Sox pick because the Blue Jays are going to be above them in the standings. So at least
I have the AL East covered. I've got the Rays, the Red Sox, and the Blue Jays.
Maybe you'll get the Orioles too. All right. With my 22nd pick. Oh. Be a real shame if we're just forgetting some team. I'm going to take the Padres.
You literally already picked them. You told me you already picked them.
No. That's when I was talking about the D-backs. I said 2 episodes ago.
Shut up. You cannot say that because I was leading into my huge pick.
Listen to the tape.
And I was leading into my huge pick and I said my favorite player named Baumgartner, and you said you already picked him.
He's on the D-backs.
No. Baumgartner is on the Padres.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Madison Bumgarner?
Yes.
Is on the Diamondbacks.
No, he's not.
Here, I'm going to post this and get canceled because of you.
No, look this up. He's not on the D-backs.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking? I'm pretty sure he...
You're an idiot.
No, he's going to be going to the Padres.
What are you talking about? What are you looking at?
I've read all these articles on this. Are you kidding me?
There's not a single article in the world that said Madison Bumgarner's on the Padres.
This is a joke. You changed the metadata on this site. Oh my goodness. He is currently still on the D-backs, but he's going to the Padres.
What does that even mean?
I was run astray by all the trade rumors and the free agent.
Oh, you were looking at articles from December?
No, like they still. Oh my goodness.
All right. We'll just move on from that. Maybe I'll cut it out just for you, but I'm not going to. So yeah, my 22nd pick, the Padres. Good young team. Not much to say other than that.
Are you kidding me?
They could contend for second in the division. You know, hopefully we can get a full year to Fernando Tatis Jr. I mean, I guess a full year is not actually a full year at this point, but Tommy Pham's a big addition to that lineup. So we'll see what they can do. And my 23rd pick, I'm going to stick in the NL West, and I'm going to take the Rockies.
Big Mile High guy, hey?
Exactly. Like,
think you can handle the elevation better? Oh, no. You know why you picked him? Because you like Coors Field.
I do.
I'm a Coors Field truther.
Their lineup is good. I mean, their lineup is nasty. Look at it. Nolan Arenado, Trevor Story, David Dahl's really good. Raimel Tapia has said he wanted to win MVP. Good for Raimel.
I also want to buy the Mets. Is that going to happen? No.
Wow. Do you just disrespect Raimel Tapia? Is that because you didn't know what team he played for a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, because I'm still sore on that.
And then their pitching is always going to be a mess because of the elevation. You know, it's not an easy place to pitch. But I mean, this lineup's going to win them some games. So yeah, 23rd pick, Colorado Rockies.
All right, I can speed this up here because we're nearing the bottom of the barrel. My 24th pick, or with the 24th pick, not my 24th pick, I select the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Okay. I mean, they got some guys. You know, Brian Reynolds, great rookie season. Josh Bell, we'll see what he can do. He could win the MVP in 60 games if he's hot. I mean, not terrible. I mean, they get to play the Tigers and the Royals a bit. Probably like 7 to 8 games against them. So not mad at that. Their division's gonna be a little tough, but okay. Go on.
Speaking of that, I like to split my odds. I like to take those garbage time matchups. You know what kind of makes your pick even better? When you take both sides of the pick. So even if the Pirates lose, I got the Royals. I picked Kansas City Royals.
I'm not mad. I mean, I kind of wanted the Royals because I'm a big Nick Heath fan, so I'm hoping he makes the roster.
Me too.
But yeah, there's not much to say about the Royals. I mean, they're not going to be great. So what I think you missed out on, the Miami Marlins.
Sound like technicality that you hit the Miami Marlins.
This team is improved. This team's improved. I like them. They got some good young talent.
I mean, if you run a marathon in 10 hours and then you run it in 9 hours, you've improved, but you still suck.
I mean, I think the Picard projections had them as a 27-win team. Like, I don't think they're going to be that high, but I can see them 25, 26. That's good.
These guys are a 23-win team.
Oh, interesting. And for my 27th pick, I'm just gonna go for the Mariners. They're close in proximity to us, so I would say it's more exciting to watch the workouts with Jared Kelenic and Julio Rodriguez than watch the actual games, which is true. But I mean, they're playing some young guys. I mean, they got Lewis up there, and J.P. Crawford and Evan White. We'll see what they can do. They have to play most of their schedule against some difficult teams, but I mean, I didn't want to pick the San Francisco Giants, so
with that, I take the Giants.
Good, I didn't want them.
It's like the best of the rest at this point. I'm going to leave you the absolute just garbage and bottom feeder of the league. So with my last pick, I take the Tigers, leaving you one team.
I think that the Orioles could potentially beat the Tigers.
No.
Actually, I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
The Orioles are going to win less than 20 games.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that, but I think I absolutely dominated you in the rest of this draft, so it doesn't really matter. So
hey,
I'll
give a replay.
I'll give a rundown. So Tanner took the Dodgers with the first overall pick. Good pick. I took the Yankees and Astros. Tanner, Tampa and Twins. Good pick with Tampa.
Those are good.
I did Athletics and Nationals. Tanner, Mets and Cardinals. Mets are a little high. Mets.
No, new ownership, remember?
They haven't been sold yet. I took the Reds and the Braves. I think that's good value there. You took the Cubs and Cleveland. I took the D-backs with Madison Bumgarner and the White Sox.
It's too bad this is a G-rated show because I would just be losing it right now.
You took the Red Sox and the Angels.
The Red Sox are going to win more games than the Angels anyways.
I mean, I think they will be pretty close.
We'll see.
To around 30 wins. I took the Brewers and the Phillies. I don't love their team, but that's pretty good value. You took the Rangers and the Blue Jays. I took the Padres and the Rockies. You took the Pirates and the Royals. I took the Marlins and the Mariners. You took the You took the Giants and the Tigers, and I took the Orioles. Let us know who's going to win. I think I have it easily.
No, not a chance here.
Easily. And let us know the punishment or the reward we should get for winning said MLB draft pool. All right. This has been a long show. Let's finish it off with our Bell Lap segment. This is going to be pretty terrible.
You remembered the name.
Oh, yeah, I did. So, like I said last week, the MLS is back, apparently. So, I actually tuned in for 13 minutes to a game. It was the LA Galaxy and the Portland Timbers. There's a 17-year-old on the LA Galaxy. There was this player, Chicharito, I think. Chicharito, I think his name is. And they were acting like he had never scored a goal in his life. Chicharito? Yeah. They were acting like he's been on a huge goalless drought, but it's only his second game with the team. So there had to be something I was missing with that. But yeah, so I mean, it's pretty much all I have, honestly. I just looked up too. The Whitecaps lost last night. That sucks.
Surprise there.
4-3 to San Jose. And that was your MLS report. That's all I got. And last thing, unless if you have anything, it doesn't appear that you added anything to the Bell Lap segment this week. So great job on your part.
I actually have something, but you disrespect me so much, I'm not going to talk about it.
Maybe write the notes next time. Why don't you help me out a little bit?
I have my own notes. You say yours first.
All right. So Mike Green opted out of the NHL return, and good for him. He recognizes the risks involved, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. So when his name come out, I was like, man, I haven't heard Mike Green's name in a while. And obviously I haven't been following hockey too closely. But I was able to relive his 2000 2008-9 season where he scored in 8 consecutive games in a row. And I still remember that to this day. He scored like 31 goals as a defenseman that season. Great season for Mike Green.
Former Norris Trophy finalist.
Yeah, he was good back in the day. I didn't realize he spent...
Two-time Norris Trophy finalist.
He spent 4 years in Detroit. Didn't know that. Yeah, I knew he was there for like a little bit, but I didn't realize he was that far removed from his Washington Capitals days. But what do you have for this segment, considering you didn't write anything in the notes?
I was actually going to talk about that as well, about the number of NHL players opting out. The Canucks, Sven Barchi, he's opted out. Also seen like Travis Hamonic, Roman Polak, all those guys. Carl Alsner. These are like big names opting out. We've seen that in the NBA too, and it seems like the big theme of players opting out is because of family reasons, because someone in their family has some sort of health complications or they're immunocompromised. But Mike Green his was a little sketchy. It was kind of undisclosed. He said it was because of family reasons and deeply personal uncertainties.
I don't think no matter what the reason is, you shouldn't like bash people for opting out. Like I don't think
so either.
Even if you just don't feel comfortable with playing, I don't think like
that's what I mean. That's why I say like he shouldn't just say if it's deeply personal reasons. Okay, maybe it is deeply personal reasons, but if he just doesn't want to go because he just doesn't feel like it's safe, he should just say that.
I mean, you don't know if it's deeply personal or not. Could be. All right, are we done?
Yeah.
I think next week, since opening day is on Thursday, maybe we'll record on Friday or something, or Thursday night after the games.
Okay.
We'll see how that goes, and I'll make sure Tanner watches the 2 games so that he can not look like a fool. All right. We will see you all next week.